And hello, everybody. I hope you can all hear me okay. Welcome to this off-the-cuff stream. I was hoping to do something a little bit earlier, but I've just been caught up in bits and pieces. But anyway, let's get on with things. We're in photo mode at the moment, and this is Xbox Play. So I was very keen to get an Xbox stream for those of you who are playing on console and would like to see console play from the Xbox since it's been released this morning. So here it is. We're on the West Coast main line at the moment, on the south from Euston to Milton Keynes, part of the route. So there's the flasks, all looking very nice, all nicely detailed. And the Class 20 is looking cool too. I'm kind of in the middle of a journey, if you like. I'm just, I've got about 3 miles left, I think, of this particular journey that I've already started. Because the scenarios, the timetables and the scenarios are quite long. They're about an hour long on the West Coast main line south. But there's shorter runs on the West Coast main line, Preston to Carlisle. So what we'll do is once we've had a quick look at the remaining part of this journey, we'll pop on to one of the shorter ones on the West Coast main line, and we'll have a quick look at the timetable before we start that one. So, hello everybody in the chat there. Hello to Teesside Train Spotting. Hello Super Sprinter. Nice to see you both there. So, let's get out of photo mode and let's see it in action, shall we? So here we are. Yeah, we've got three and a half miles left to Willesden Junction. So we'll just have a, while it's safe to, I'll just need to take my throttle off. Add a little bit of brake. This is the trouble with live, isn't it? And what I can say from, I've had a couple of runs. I've done this one, and I did a quick run on the West Coast main line, Preston to Carlisle. We got a yellow, so we need to apply some brake. What's quite interesting on this particular route, on this particular timetable journey that I'm doing at this moment, I seem to be chasing a lot of yellows, which I quite like, actually. It just makes it a little bit more challenging. So I've been having to keep an eye on my my speeds. So we could be possibly approaching a red here. Is it red? Yeah, I think it is. It's just turned green. Which brings us down to 15 miles an hour, which we're going to be entering in a moment. So we're just coming into Willesden Junction, I think that's how you pronounce it. Southeastern Oxford. Hello there. What have I missed? You haven't missed anything yet. We've literally just started. What I've done, I've started a route sort of mid journey, because the routes on the West Coast Main Line South are all quite long. They're about an hour long, and I'm just doing a short stream initially. I'm hoping to come back on later on this evening, and we can do a proper full run, or maybe even one of the scenarios on the on this West Coast Main Line South, because I would like to do a full live stream of a complete journey. We will do a complete journey in a moment. The ones on the West Coast Main Line, Preston to Crewe, are around about 15 minutes long, so we'll do a full one of those after we've done this. I just wanted to give everybody a taste of both routes where this pack is. Just get my brake on. I just wanted to give everybody a bit of a taste of each route that this pack appears on, and then I can come back later with another live stream of one of the full ones on here, or a full scenario, because the scenarios, there's quite a few scenarios, and they look quite interesting, but I haven't done any of them yet. I haven't had a chance. I mean, this is literally my third little go on here. Hello there, Dragon. Any good? Yeah. I'm really liking it. I mean, this is only my third little go on here. And I think it's great. I mean, I like this kind of thing. I mean, if you gravitate to doing freight related journeys, then I would recommend it, especially if you're BR Blue. I know it's not set in BR Blue era for this particular route, but you know, because the Class 20 is obviously most familiar with the BR Blue era. If you're into that, then yeah, this adds a little bit of BR Blue type of vibe or flavour to the pack, with having these Class 20s. We're going downhill here, so hence the reason why I'm having to keep applying some subtle braking to keep it under 10 miles an hour. So once we stop, we can have a proper look around the cab properly. Have you missed the route? No, you haven't missed the route yet. Football mad gamer. I'm about to pop into the Carlisle route in a moment. I've just started midway through on this journey, so that we didn't have to complete, so you didn't have to watch the entire journey before you get a chance to have a nosy at how it looks on the West Coast Main Line, Preston to Carlisle. Super Sprinter, I've seen a stop platform 1 Birmingham New Street for 20 minutes. All right, there's a 20-minute... You've seen a 20-minute journey in there. Do you need to be over 18 to be on the leaderboard? I don't know. I don't think so. Not quite sure how the leaderboard works. If you're referring to the leaderboard in the chat, Southeastern, I think the Class 20 is to be in the dirt rail service branding, but they could get the branding deal. Yeah, I think I don't know too much about the branding side of it. I think, I don't know if it was one of British Ace's streams I was watching, that it hasn't got any branding on it, but I don't know anything about the branding side of it, to be honest with you. But what's interesting to see, because we know that Xbox has been unfortunately plagued a little bit with a few bugs during the launch of Train Sim World 6 with a couple of the routes, and quite a few blurry issues, and as you can see, we've got no blurry issues inside the cabin. I've not experienced any blurry issues on either the internally. Oh dear, I've got my throttle on here. Is this a red? No. Dragon, hello there, Dragon. Nuclear trains shouldn't be chasing yellows. A high price, just saying. I wouldn't like to see a nuclear train stopped eating a sausage roll and a cup of tea. Yeah, they're definitely given priority, aren't they? So, I mean, what might be the reason? I might have been a bit slow in getting started when I started this particular journey. So maybe I've put myself behind on the schedule, and hence why there's quite a few yellows have been chasing. I could be wrong, of course, but is it going to accept that? Yeah. Okay. So there we go. Couple of speedings. Let's just continue. Let's just go into free roam for a moment. So we'll just have a look around the cab. You will find the DSD button here. I was looking around for that earlier. I couldn't find it anywhere. And the AWS is down here and here. That's the change over lever, and then you've got the AWS, yes, the AWS there. Something about the AWS, by the way, make sure you acknowledge it as quickly as possible, because I've found that if you don't, it'll go into emergency. So there's your, where you'll find your safety systems. The key is normally over here on the dashboard. So if I take that out now, well, it won't let me take me out, will it? Because everything's set up. Oh wait, it won't let me get back in the chair now anyway, because we've come out of it. Someone else has taken over, this lady here. But as you can see, the cab looks really sweet and clean. It obviously looks very much cleaner than the Class 20 we normally know from the Tees Valley route, and I've got to say it runs very nice and smoothly as well. It's very nice to drive. It feels a little bit easier than the Class 20 that we are familiar with from the Tees Valley route. So can I sit in this chair? Will it allow me to sit in this chair? No, it won't let me sit in there. So I can't do an exterior shot, sadly. Right, so tell you what we'll do. Let's go to the menu. Super Sprinter, sorry, I seen Nuke Train with a pair of 20s and a 66 at the rear. Cool. Dragon Class 20 is cool and nice. T's side, train spotting, I should be on the leaderboard. Toby Hutchinson, does anyone know how to open the wagon, as there's a wheel to open it you can operate? I'm not quite sure where you're referring to. Are you referring to that on the West Coast Mainline South, or the one on the Preston to Carlisle? Teesside, I saw Class 37 before I got a 3-ton from it. Anyway, let's just have a look at the timetable so you can see what you're actually getting. So if we go into here and we go into the nuclear cargo line, and we select the cargo line nuclear, so there is just 4 timetabled journeys, and as you can see, they're all roughly an hour long, and the one we were just driving was a empty nuclear, and you will notice that the 2 Class 20s were coupled together. There wasn't one at the front and one at the rear, because that wouldn't be necessary in an empty nuclear. But if you spawn in on one of these others, which is a fully loaded one, in fact, if we just have a quick look at this one here, I'll just put this to June, custom weather, June clear, because this one is loaded, is it? Yeah, it is loaded. Yeah, right, so if we just have a quick look outside on here, this is a loaded one, so you've just got the nuclear flask. There's just one. So I think I did used to see them in 2s when I used to see them across the North Wales route, but as you can see, as this one is loaded, it's protected by a Class 20 on the rear, and there's a nice little rear light there as well, and one on the front. Okay, so yeah, looking good. So if we just go back to well, I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll go inside so that I can show you how to get it set up, in case you're a little bit curious how to set it up. So DSD to normal, AWS unisolated, change over onto on, AWS to normal, I don't think we need to change the desk 1. I think this is classed as desk 1, this one, so you probably need to switch that over if you wanted to sit in desk 2. So let's get in the chair. And where is the key? I didn't put the key in, did I? So the key is there. So that's in now. My AWS isn't sounding though, is it? Is that because I shouldn't have changed that over, maybe? Normally you get... Oh well. Did I switch that on? Unisolated? Okay, well, whatever. Right, lights are here. Day. And we'll get... Oh, perhaps the AWS will come on now, will it? Yeah, it has, yeah. So there we go. For a moment there, I thought I was doing something wrong. So yeah, that should... that's everything you need to set up. So my lights are on the front. And we'll just put the straight brake on for a moment. Release the brakes. Got Pendolino going off in the background there. Right, so we'll just release this. There's some throttle on. We'll give this a little bit of a run actually now we've started it. I won't do the whole journey because obviously it'll take too long, and I'd like to show you one of the ones on the Preston to Carlisle route. So there we go, she looks gorgeous. Give it a bit of brush, shall we? So yeah, it's performing well and it looks well. I think it's very impressive. Seems to be performing really well on the Xbox. Just check what my signal is coming up here. Yes, we're on green, so we can carry on having a quick look outside. Beautiful. I'm very impressed. Some people might not think it's worth the money because you know, we've already got a class 20, or you know, it might seem a little bit much for what it is. But for me, I like this kind of thing, so it's I feel it's worth the money. The only criticism I would have, if I've got any, from what I've noticed so far, is there doesn't seem to be many timetabled journeys along here, but there's nothing stopping you in using free roam, of course. I think where this will become more exciting for the player is once you start getting involved with the scenarios. I'm very interested to see how they play out, and I'll try and do one of those on my next live stream or as a recorded video. Right, we've got a 20 mile an hour coming up. Yeah, it looks cool. I like it, I like it. Right, we need to get this brake in. Sorry, I haven't had a chance to have a look at the chat properly because there's quite a lot, as you can see coming up. There's quite a few those of you who are familiar with me, you'll know that I'm not very good at multitasking in terms of talking, keeping an eye on OBS and chat and things, and trying to play the game at the same time. It's quite a challenge. The engine sounds a little bit quiet. I've got some windows. Maybe it's the way I've got it set up in my headset. So there she is, doing a bit of a climb. Very nice. I love the sound. That could be quite a challenging climb in snowy weather, snowy or wet weather. So that it might be worth giving this one a go in bad weather to challenge yourself a little bit more. From what I have seen, seem to spend quite a bit of time within these sidings and loops as part of the journey, which is why it probably takes about an hour to complete these on the timetable, because a lot of it is conducted within these limited speed limits. Let's just try and have a overview look. As I say, make sure you acknowledge those AWAS I'm assuming that signal is for the yes, it is. It's for the other side, because they're normally on the left. Though occasionally I've seen them on the opposite side in some stations. Right, so we got 60 miles an hour now, so we can give this some thrash. There she goes, look at that. Beautiful. Right, so where did I lose anybody in the chat? Tease, you need to stream via Streamlabs to YouTube. She looks good, Dragon. Yes, she does. No blur, southeastern Oxford, no blurry textures. Yeah, I didn't want to labour on the textures because. But I think it's worth noting, because I think some people might be a little bit worried about buying it on Xbox in fear that it might be suffering from severe blurry issues. But I've got to say, as you can see now, there is no blurriness at all. In fact, to be honest with you, I was playing the Riviera line the other night. Since its update, I don't think it had any particular fixes on blurred textures, but I wasn't experiencing any blurred textures at all. We're in quite a built-up area now, so you would expect that this would be where you would perhaps experience more of. That's a lovely banking shot, isn't it? Blurry textures, and as you can see, there isn't any. So from my experience playing on Xbox Series X, I'm not experiencing any blurry textures so far. So I don't think there's need to worry, particularly on the Series X. I can't speak for the Series X, Series S, because I know that's a less suspect than the X that I'm on. But I'm guessing it should. If this is performing as well as it is here, then I'm sure it is on the S as well. Hopefully. Normally, when you flick in and out very quickly, the desk can blur, and as you can see, it isn't. So yeah, looks good. Everything's bob on from that side of things. So if you're tempted in getting it, or was just holding off because of your concerns about recent releases, I can confidently say that all's looking good on here at the moment. So just try and catch up on a little bit of chat. Where did I leave off? You're all worrying about going on about crowns in the chat or something. You're more worried about that than well, that's a good sign. People are wondering if you're watching this and you're not live, you're wondering what I'm talking about. The chat are talking, they're all having an argument who's got the top crown, and at the moment Streamlabs has got the top crown. In second place is Andrew Shortbread at 156. He's got 2, and Dragon is on crown 3. And the suppose super sprinters have all gone. So there you go, folks. That's how it's looking on this line. So what we'll do now, now you've had a good nosy at it on the, well, I'll save that, and I'll go and complete that on my own later. So save that. We'll just go back into the menu now and just have another quick look at the menus, because what I didn't show you a moment ago when we did look at the timetable, we didn't look at the scenarios for the West Coast Main Line South. So we'll just have a quick look there. Right, so the scenarios, you get, how many, is it 2? We've got, is this the right one? Am I in the right one here? Join a flask, join a run south conveying empty flask wagons to Dungeness power station for the collection of spent fuel for reprocessing. And the other one is join a run north that is conveying spent nuclear fuel from Dungeness power station to Sellafield, British nuclear fuels for reprocessing. So they're an hour and a half long for both of those two. I think there is only 2 in here. These ones here are for freight related scenarios. Yeah, so there's just two scenarios. And just going back to the timetable for the nuclear, there are four timetable journeys. Okay, so let's go over to the Preston Carlisle route. I'll go over to the nuclear one. So I think we just need to switch on to the. I don't know if it matters which of the class 47s you want to use. So we'll just use the top one anyway. I just did one in here. Oh, there is some longer ones in here. Oh, hang on. They're kind of mixed in with the main timetable. I think there's a few more in here. Let's have a look from the top anyway. Ones which have got nuclear written on them. In fact, if I type in, oh, it doesn't matter. We'll just. So we got 1, 2, 3. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 15 seems to ring a bell. Yeah, so you got 15. Let's have a look on the I've gone in the wrong place here. I want to have a look at the scenarios. So the scenarios you've got on the nuclear side of things is... That's a nuclear one. 1, 2, 3... Yeah, so you've got 3 scenarios to do for the nuclear on the West Coast Main Line, Preston to Crewe. Preston to Crewe, did I say then? Sorry, I mean Preston to Carlisle. Right, so... Right, let's have a look then. Right, so I've done that one there. I would like to try and do one which is... where's this one from? Preston to Cairn, 4th. Shall we do that one? I think there's some from Morecambe as well, isn't there? If I remember. Yeah, let's do this Morecambe one, shall we? And we'll put it on custom weather. Don't want any rain. And let's go for it. So where have I left in the chat now? You've done loads. Fun on your own, David. Thanks, Dragon. Snow, please. Oh, Snowy wants Snow Dragon. Yeah, I won't do that now on this stream, but I might do a stream, a snow one on a later stream with this. Right, so let's just get everything set up in here first. Get our AWS switched on and acknowledged. Get our master key in. Desk light on. Marker light's on. Is that the other marker light, or does that do both marker lights? I think it is, isn't it? I'm thinking of the Class 87. Let's get this into forward. Let's just get our straight brake on. Let's release our brakes. Let's get our headlights on. Did I get this into forward? Yes, I did. So we just need to wait now. Let's just have a quick look on the outside then. So what we have here is two, are they called brake coaches? It's top and tailed with a Class 47, which is cool. I'm sure the other one I just did a moment ago from Kingmore into Carlisle wasn't top and tailed with a 47. I'm not 100% sure now without going back to it. And we've got these brake vans in between. Some people have been saying that these vans were included as for security guards, but I don't think that's true. I think they're just there as barriers. I don't think they were actually, from what I've read online, of nuclear flasks being used in the 80s. They did have barrier cargoes to give extra protection. Oh, we're still on red here. We just need to wait for that to change. Spad before we even start. So let's just have a look where we're going. We've got this train coming down here, so that's what's probably what we're waiting for, is for that to go past. And we're going all the way over to Morecambe platform, well, in one of the sidings at Morecambe. Morecambe Loop. Again, everything's looking nice and sharp, and but I find this particular pack quite interesting because it's nostalgia for me, as is Train Sim World for many other people, particularly those of us who like the BR Blue era, because it reminds me of the flasks being ferried along the North Wales coast, and from my memory I recall them being transported with Class 20s in rail freight livery, although my memory could be playing games with me, I don't know, but that's what I've got locked in my memory anyway. Right, so we got our green now, so we can get this back off. Brakes fully released, and we can get going. So we got a 10 mile an hour speed limit. So I don't know if anybody else knows anything about there being actual guards on these coaches. As far as I'm aware, that was not the case. They were just literally used as barriers, really, in case of any impact. Dragon, nice to see you before by DLC. Thanks, pal. Well, yeah, I was hoping to get this out much earlier, to do this stream much earlier today, but I had some issues with some other things I need to sort out here, and which caused a little bit of a delay for me in so I would have liked to have streamed earlier on in the morning so that everybody could catch up with the stream in recording mode later, so that you can see that everything's playing fine on Xbox. I think everybody's had a little bit of the jitters with the issues we've had with the last two releases, particularly the Birmingham Crew route, sadly. Hopefully that gets all fixed very soon, because it's a fantastic route. I'm still playing it, but on PC at the moment. But you know, it's still got its little issues there that need to be ironed out, and hopefully they'll come with the December patch from what was said in the last patch notes for the update. Right, we can open this up, can't we? Dragon, Markham has branches off to Heysham Nuclear Plant. I see, that makes sense then, because I was wondering why we got nuclear flasks going to Markham. So so they would branch off, would they, to Heysham Nuclear Plant? And I'm assuming that's where we're kind of just stopping. Oh God, what's this? For a moment there, I thought that was a red. But we will apply some brake here, just in case. Our next light should be a yellow if there's a double yellow. Dragon, I thought there was armed guards on board in the early days. Well, I've been looking it up online, and there's no reference to it. I even asked ChatGPT now. I know ChatGPT is not always accurate with everything. Maybe when they first started for a short period of time, but I don't think it was ongoing. I think this is a yellow. I hope it is. It should be. So we'll just keep at 37 miles an hour at the moment because we're running on yellows again. Yeah, British Ace was saying on his streams that there was armed guards on them, but I've never known anything about that, and so I asked ChatGPT. As I say, not always the most reliable. And I did give ChatGPT a hard time over it, but it said that, I mean, apparently even coaches weren't really used as the barriers. Normally it would be freight, empty freight, what do you call them? Carriages that you would have on there. To use as the barriers. So I'm not 100% sure about the accuracy, but you know, I guess at the end of the day, they would use it. You didn't need to have any specific type of wagons to use as barriers. I guess they could just use anything that was available, really. And in this case, on the West Coast Main Line. In the 80s, they may have used carriages as those barrier wagons. Right, we have got a red now. All I've been doing is chasing yellows. That's what I have experienced. I don't think I've been along this part of the made this kind of maneuver before along this line. That looks cool. Looks very nice. Right, before we apply the throttle, let's just have a quick look from the front. Very calm, clear day with the sky reflecting into the sea there. Right, let's get some throttling, shall we? There we go, some proper BR Blue diesel power. So the rear 47 isn't powered, it's just idling. So it's just the main front engine that's doing all the work. So she's just pulling everything. She's not being assisted by the rear banker. The stream looks great, pal, for Xbox. Yeah, well, do you know what? On Xbox, I have all my settings turned up to the highest they possibly can be. I've never felt that I've needed to reduce any of the settings to a lower setting to improve performance. As you can see, it seems to be performing really well. I play in 4K on a 4K TV. The 4K TV is only 60 frames per second, though it's not 120. And so my streams are in 60 FPS, and I'm not streaming in 4K, but I'm streaming in 2K. For a horrible moment there, I thought that was our red. So I'm streaming in 2K, and 2K is sort of a half between HD, 1080p, and 4K. So Super Sprinter barrier coaches was for different types of couplings. Yeah, was that the reason then on here? Or was that the reason in every case? Dragon, you said you saw the nuclear trains in North Wales. Where did they come from and go to? I can't... Do you know what? I should know this. I can't remember the name of the nuclear... Ooh, that was interesting, seeing that bus come to a stop there. I've not seen a bus pull up at the level crossings before. God, just trains have done a brilliant job, haven't they, of this route? It's just fantastic. And it runs smooth as well. A couple of times when you're driving the Class 87 or 86, it can get a bit choppy. You know, the stuttering, which nothing can be done about anyway. That's just an inherent thing with the game. You said you saw nuclear trains in North Wales. Where did they come from and to? Well, there's a nuclear power station on Anglesey, but I can't remember the name of it. So they used to ferry to and from there. Super Sprinter, Anglesey, if 20s seen in North Wales. Yeah, it was definitely 20s that used to pull them. But I just can't remember properly whether they were in rail freight livery, and I'm sure they were. Or they could have been a mix of BR Blue and rail freight. So I'm surprised they couldn't use the new Class 20 on here, could they? But they... I'm wondering why they didn't use the Tees Valley version of the Class 20 on this route instead of these Class 47s. Answers on a postcard, please. Super Sprinter, yes mate, we got a 225 barrier coach at Midlands Railway Centre. Right, we're stopping in just under a mile. And we got 15-mile-an-hour speed limit. Quick look outside. Again, looking glorious. Now we got a red signal. Just want to make sure it is red. Oh, it's gone green now, is it? What am I looking at? Why? That's showing green there. Isn't that... That's a stop, isn't it? And that is for this line, isn't it? Why is it showing green on there? Can someone tell me? Am I misunderstanding something here? I don't want to drive through it and spad. But that is red for this line, isn't it? Yes, right, okay, let's go forward. We'll just get a little bit closer to this signal. Well, that says green there, doesn't it? So that must be our signal. Let's just do it. Well, we would have been thrown out of the game by now, wouldn't we? So I was obviously looking at the wrong signal there. I was being overcautious. Southeastern Oxford, I think they said the next big fix for Birmingham crew is when the 802 add-on comes out. That kind of makes sense. I mean, it'd be a bad idea to bring out the 802 before the fix. So, maybe they might implement the fix first before even releasing the 802 pack. Just to make sure that, you know, everything might look okay on the testing bed for for the fixes, but once those are translated over to Xbox, then they might not work as well as they did in their testings of the improvements. So I imagine, all being well, yeah, hopefully the pack will be reduced not too long after. Fingers crossed everything goes well with the update. Well, I've managed to stream without a spad. Well, I always do. The last stream ended in a bit of a spat, didn't it? Objective complete. Brilliant. Excellent. And I didn't even speed neither. Fantastic. Let's just go back into free mode. Free mode, free mode. Free roam. So there she is, ready to proceed with her journey. And it looks brilliant. So, any of you who are just holding back, just wanted to check if she's performing, if this pack performs well on console, particularly Xbox, I can certify that everything seems to be running and working and looking fine, and I don't seem to even be having any of the most commonly known issue with blurring neither. So yeah, brilliant, fantastic. So if you've got a few spare pennies, I'd go ahead and get it. Before I break from this short stream that I've done today, well, it's been about an hour now anyway, I'll just check on the chat. Southeastern, I think they said the next big fix for Birmingham crew. Yeah, there I've just read that. Dragon, I was a... Oh, do you know, I can't remember how you pronounce that. Rose. I'm not going to try to pronounce it. Last week. It's down in South Wales, isn't it, I think? What a lovely seaside village that is there. Oh no, is it in Anglesey, sorry? I can't pronounce the word anyway, I'm not going to try. Last week, what a lovely seaside village that is. There was a storm, raining, windy, still busy. There was a storm, raining, windy and still busy. Yeah, whatever the weather is in Wales, even the most miserable looking weather can look pretty awesome in Wales. Yeah, so thank you very much everybody for coming along for this short stream to showcase, live stream to showcase the nuclear pack. I like it. If you're into freight, get it. If you're not so much into freight, then it might not be your thing, so maybe wait a little while. You know, if passenger services are more your thing, then maybe this is not your pack, but I recommend it anyway. Yes, thank you very much everybody. So I might stream again later this evening doing a more fuller run on one of the scenarios. If I do, I'll try and give half an hour notice if I do. If not, hopefully tomorrow or within the next couple of evenings. But thank you for coming along. Much appreciated. Please like and subscribe, and I will look forward to seeing you all on the next one. Thank you and goodbye.